What's going on, YouTube tribe and YouTube world? Welcome back to LilBigMan Gaming. Got a brand new video for y'all. This time it's a review for Batwoman Season 2 Episode 9 called Rule Number 1. But before we get into it and break it down, like I always say, first things first, is I can get everybody to hit the like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification button. Also, leave a comment down below what you thought of this episode of Batwoman. Also, for those who are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, smash it. I mean, become part to try, man. What are you waiting for? Become part to try. Let me entertain you. Let me entertain you with a review or gameplay or anything that you can request stuff, and I will do it. Those who are subscribing, the new subscribers are like, love you, appreciate you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to entertain you. And yeah, just keep doing what you're doing and just watching, liking, sharing, and leaving comments. Yeah, we got a goal of 450. We almost there. So yeah, I just need those who are not subscribed to smash that subscribe button. With that being said, let's get into it. So a quick synopsis. You know how I like to do it. I like to give you a quick synopsis. Rule number 1. Batwoman confronts Gotham's biggest foe while new information forces those closest to Kate to make some difficult decisions. So, what they are talking about, if you have not seen the previous episode, I suggest you go and watch the previous episode and you know, get the lay of it, because this is going to be some revealing of, you know, the previous episode. So, to start off, we started off with Kate Kane's funeral, because it was revealed at the end of the last episode that Kate didn't make it, or so it seemed anyway. You know, it seemed Kate didn't make it. Yeah, they start off with her funeral. You know, her father is in denial. You know, or I guess he accepts that she's dead, but he doesn't accept that. You know, he doesn't accept that she's, you know, her death was an accident. You know, it just, you know, because the reports that confirms her death. Excuse me. The reports that confirms her death. It's almost like we getting Beth, the Beth storyline over again, but this time it's Kate. But the storyline here is that this time around, Kate is now the captive. You know, in reality, she's been been kidnapped by Black Mask. She's beat up and badly hurt, and we get an explanation why she looks the way she looks. Or not the whole new face because of the recast, but why she looks so beat up. And you know, we were told that she was beat up, but that's like, you know, I'll get to that. That's later on in the video. But we are told, you know, that she's dead. Basically, the report said that she died, and that, you know, blood DNA. The DNA of her body was matched to hers, so forth. But you know, Jacob, he's like, I got 2 daughters with secret lives. One became a psychopathic murderer. One became a superhero. You know, became Batwoman. And I have another daughter who ran the underground clinic. So his point was, you know, I had 3 daughters and a wife with so many secrets that at this point in my life now, after, you know, figuring out all these secrets, he's saying I don't take anything at face value anymore. So even if that's true, that report that she got that says Kate is dead, even if it's true, he wants it double check, triple check, quadruple check. You know, he wants to know for sure that it was an accident. Until because you know, he's talking with with Alfred's daughter, and he was like, she's trying to convince him to let it go, but he won't let it go because he said he doesn't take anything at face value. The fact that he was lied to about Beth's death, because Beth, his mother, his stepdaughter's mother lied and just said that it made it seem like they found Beth and that she was dead, but really she just did that to stop their pain. With that couple in too, he's like, I don't take anything at face value. I don't believe, if she's, he's not saying he don't believe that she's dead. That part they convinced him of that she's dead, but they don't. He won't believe. He won't. The part that he's trying to get clarification on is the fact that if it was an accident or not. He don't believe it was an accident. He tells Alfred's daughter that you want me to drop this and move, and accept this. Prove to me that I'm wrong, and I would let this go. Until then, I'm not letting it go until someone could prove to me that it was a legit accident. And his hunch is right, because it wasn't a legit accident. We found out that Black Mass had something to do with the new player in town. Black Mass, he had something to do with it. So we also introduced to another character. Man, I can't remember her name. I should have wrote it down. But it's basically Sophie's sister. And we introduced to her, and that she's like a radical activist, and she's confronting the police chief about some like racial legislations that he's about to go pass and try to get passed or whatnot. She's at the town hall arguing with him about it, and he says, well, if you don't like me and you don't like the policies and the stuff I'm about to go pass and stuff, run. He tells her to run for the his position. And she gets mad and storm off. So she, and then we see, like, after a long day of whatever he was doing in the office, he's leaving, and then all of a sudden a van pulls up with a group of people, and they get out and shoot him. And this is related to the gang who was selling the drug Snakebite. So they shoot him dead, and we see that Sophie's sister was there, but she wasn't a part of the people who shot him. She was there defacing the building, the little mini town hall building with graffiti. And we learned that that's what she does to express herself when her voice won't be heard. She defaced stuff with graffiti. So we see that she's a witness. She saw everything, and she even identified the driver, which happens to be Ryan's girlfriend. She was the actual driver, because we found out that later on in the episode she tells Ryan, I want you back and stuff because I'm about to get out. I found a way to finally get out from the I think they call it the Faceless gang or something like that. And she found a way to get out, and they said, she only had to do this one more job, and she didn't realize, we found out that she didn't even realize that the job would involve her. She knew they gave her a mask and told her she would be driving, but she didn't know she would be driving or driving somebody to a hit. She just knew she would be driving a car. So we're introduced to Black Mask. He's pretty much like the leader of the Faceless gang, or whatever they're called, that Ryan's girl or ex-girlfriend is basically involved with. And he's saying he's doing what he's doing to basically to basically get to actually take back the power from those he feel like it's corrupted, like the Crows, the police, and even Batwoman himself. Cause we figure he reveals that he lost someone due to the Batwoman supposedly Kate Kane's Batwoman killing someone close to him, and we all know that Black Mass is Roman Sionis, and we do get introduced to Roman Sionis too in this episode. That I think it was like the next scene after the death of the police chief that Sophie's sister confronts. Alice, on the other hand, she's not dealing with the death or the supposed death of Kate Kane too well. She's pretty much just, she locked it almost like she went back and locked herself into the room of the people who held her captive, and she's having a psychotic break because then she ended up seeing a hallucination of Kate, but it's not the adult Kate, it's the little girl version of Kate Kane, the last, the version she remember, the little girl version before their accident that killed their mother and supposedly killed her. And her hallucination take her on this journey to basically help her with her psychotic breaks. It revealed to her that she be having psychotic ever since she was kidnapped. When something awful and bad happens, she have a psychotic break or blackout moments just because she doesn't want to deal with the pain and grief. So she she says, when they kidnapped you and forced you to when they forced you to start making face masks, out of real skin, people's skin and stuff for them, you had a psychotic break and became Alice. You did it again when you found your mother's head in the refrigerator, and now with me dead, you're having another psychotic break. Now you think you're holding you dug up a box and you believe you're holding your dead cat who's alive again, and she's telling her, that you got a wonderful, beautiful mind, and you don't need to you could handle grief in a different way because you never handled grief before. Because she even asked her hallucination, like, how do I deal with it? How do I handle it? And she said that's the problem. You never dealt with your grief. So now you're not going to be able to handle it because it's going to force you to do something or undo something, and you ain't going to be able to handle it. So you got to handle it in a different way. And she reminds her that if your mind is powerful enough to make you see me alive, your dead cat alive, or make you believe that you're in Wonderland sipping tea like you Alice, then you should be able to deal with it in your own way. And then she realized that she could use her mind to make her think that Kate never existed, therefore she wouldn't have to deal with the grief of losing Kate. Let's see what else happened. So yeah, we end up talking. Batwoman ended up talking to both. Ended up saving Sophie and her sister when Sophie's sister went to go ask Sophie for help, and she was followed by the gang who were trying to kill her. Batwoman ended up saving her, and that's when she IDs the people to Batwoman and Sophie, and that's when Batwoman recognized that her ex-girlfriend was one of the drivers. When she said she recognized what she described like the bracelet on the driver, which was the unique bracelet that only Sophie's Ryan's ex-girlfriend had. So she automatically knew that. Ryan confronts her about it, and she explains to Ryan that she didn't know they was going to kill the guy. They just told her that all she had to do was, for her one last job before she get out, was drive the car. They gave her a mask and told her to drive the car and told her where to stop. They didn't know they was going to get out and kill this guy. So now she's scared and in trouble. She won out. She's like, I can help you because at first it looked like she was going to reveal that she's Batwoman, but then she revealed that instead of she's Batwoman, she revealed that she knows Batwoman, and that it somewhat convinces her to believe Ryan and to actually let Ryan help her. And then she said, "Let me think about it." And then she tells Luke and she tells Luke in the game that Ryan is thinking about it, and she gave Ryan like an hour to make her decision. And Kate's stepsister basically tells Ryan that this is the stuff this is the stuff that we do that makes people like Alice. Because she said you always quick to remind us that Alice is the reason why my mother is dead and the awful things she's done. Yet you're doing the same thing that Kate did with Alice. You have a blind spot for your ex-girlfriend, just like Kate had a blind spot for Alice. Kate didn't want to accept and give up on Alice, thinking that she could basically bring back her sister, but to her, Alice should have been basically been put down. So she tells Ryan that we're not going to make that same mistake. We're not going to allow your ex-girlfriend to become another Alice. So she's got your. I'm going to allow her your 1 hour. But if she doesn't go clean and tell the police herself, I'm going to go tell the police myself on her. So they have a little disagreement there. Black Mass does his thing. He ended up kidnapping. She ended up calling Ryan, telling her that she's ready to talk, and that she asked, "Do you really know Batwoman?" And Batwoman comes to Ryan as Batwoman comes to get her to take her to the crows to be protected, but we found out that she was taken by the Black Mass gang, and they got to her first and took her, and Black Mass holds her mutilated henchman body and tells her, "I heard that you've been looking to get out of the game." He said, "Word to the wise, this is what getting out looks like." Telling her that there is no getting out unless I kill you. Unless you're killed out of the game, you can't get out of the game. You gotta be killed out. So Ryan sets out to go as Batwoman sets out to go save her ex-girlfriend, who basically is held hostage now by Black Mass. She ended up fighting the Black Mass goons, who end up like capturing her. Black Mass. That's where Black Mass reveals to her once she wakes up that the reason why what he's doing is because he paints himself as a radical himself, and that he's doing this because the first Batwoman, who was Kate Kane, killed somebody close to him. And not only did he want revenge, he wants to expose the corruption, right? So now that's what he says he set off to do, and that Ryan at first like, "Oh, I didn't kill nobody," as Batwoman. She said, "I never killed nobody." She said, "Not you, but the woman that you taking up the mantle for did," and they revealed that he's not they had a funny little quip about him being a psychotic sociopath, and he's like, "I'm not a psychotic sociopath." And then he looks and saw after the fact that he just showed Batwoman that he just mutilated and killed somebody. He was like, "Okay, I can understand how you could see that." That was a funny little quip, but Sophie ended up coming to Batwoman's rescue when he was getting ready to chop her in half, and they followed the rest of the goons, but Black Mass ended up escaping. And saving the girlfriend, who would later go on to be taken to the crows, where she did like a complete 180 and actually like confessed to the murders and confessed to everything, and that she's ready to go to jail. And Sophie's like, "We know that you haven't done. We got eyewitness that identify you only as the driver. And if you just tell me the truth and give me the people, I could get you a plea deal that could actually let you go free. So you just gotta work with me. Why would you throw everything away like this? Tell me something. Tell me what I'm missing here." And next Sophie goes to go visit Ryan and tell Ryan who's working as the bartender, she gave Ryan Sophie's bracelet, and she's like, "What is this? Why do you have my ex-girlfriend's bracelet?" And Sophie reveals to Ryan that it's because she confessed to the murder of the police chief guy, and that she's going to jail. And she told me to give this to you. She said, "You're not supposed to take her to jail. What happened? You're supposed to protect her and make sure she wouldn't confess to the crime." And she said, "I tried, but the reason why that's just the way the law works. If she confessed to the murder, we have to take her to jail because she confessed, even though we know she didn't do it." But she reveals to Ryan why she did it. And I didn't expect them to reveal it like this, or maybe I thought maybe in future episode they revealed it, but they revealed it right in this episode why she truly confessed to the murder, and that's because Black Mass threatened to kill Ryan. He found out that the reason why he found out thanks to Ryan's ex-girlfriend's phone that the reason why she wanted to get out was to be back with her, and he saw that in the phone. And he told her that if she did get out of this, she would have to confess to the murders and everything, or Black Mass would make sure that they would go kill Ryan, and that Sophie told Ryan that she was willing to risk her own life, but the one thing she wasn't willing to risk was yours. So she went to jail. She rather went to jail than have Black Mass come after you and kill her, not knowing that she was Batwoman. So Ryan discussed, Ryan is hurt and disgusted, so she leaves. Her sister ended up popping up, telling her, why would you do that? Why would you allow her to go to jail? We both know that she didn't kill the guy. She said, I know, but it's nothing I could do. She confessed to the murder. That's the way how the law works. And she reminds Sophie's sister reminds her that that's just another part of the corrupt system, and that's something that needs to change. Which it seemed like a common theme that started with on the island of Coriana. It seemed like Sophie's going to be the change needed for the crows and the law, because she's starting to more and more in every episode. She's starting to get told and realize that everything that she stands for and work for is just as corrupt, and that maybe she doesn't want to be part of it no more. Because she even agrees that it does need to change. That even though they know that she didn't do it, there's nothing they can do, because the law says that she confessed, she has to go to jail, even though they know she didn't do it. We got an interesting cliffhanger with Black Mass and a strange lady with Kate, and it seemed like they're gonna be doing some mind raping of Kate in some ways. Like they're gonna try to look like they're gonna try to hypnotize her and make her think she's not Kate Kane, but who knows, right? But it still was an interesting cliffhanger. It seemed like Black Mass is not working alone when it came to taking a Kane. That's the scene that reveals how she was taken. It reveals that Black Mass was the one who had her taken off the plane with his men, and that with Alfred's daughter. Also, there was a scene too where Alfred's daughter tried to go confirm the crash and how it was an accident and everything. She's told that she's already talked to this guy, and she's like, I don't remember talking to you. Like she's concerned and confused why this guy remembers talking to her, but she doesn't remember talking to him. So in the end, this was a good. If I give this episode anything, I give it 8 big ups, because it generally did just move the story way along. We got more context about what happened to Kate Kane, why she's being held captive, and pretty much what the story for her going forward will be. I like the debut of Black Mass, and the fact that he wasn't like Victor Sass, it's just a one-off character for an episode. Like he's gonna play a big part in the second half of the episode. And and they did say that the second half of the season will focus on Kate Kane, where she's going to go now that she's back. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Y'all can do me a favor and hit this button right here for all of my wonderful reviews. And you can just be entertained by as you just want to watch my reviews. There you go, right there. That's all my reviews. Hit this button right here to subscribe. As I always say, acknowledge me by hitting the subscribe button. Well, I'm gonna have Paul handle it. I'm gonna have Paul handle this along with Jay Uso. And also hit any one of these amazing videos for more of my amazing content. Your tribal chief is out. Till the next video, which is some more Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs Legion, which I might actually finish today, because I found out that where I'm at in the story, I'm pretty much close to the end. So we'll see. Peace out.